I have to tell you, I know the people here are delighted that you both are in full support of the West Hawaii campus at Palama Nui, but the Palama Nui campus is actually under threat of not being able to open because of a really divisive community issue. The State Commission on Water Resources Management is considering whether to designate the Keauhou Aquifer as a water management area at the request of Kaloko-Honokehau National Park, which fears water quality will get bad even though usage today is below 40% of the portion that the state allows to be taken out of the aquifer. The Keauhou Aquifer provides water for all of the west side between roughly Hokulia and Makalavena from the top of the mountain to the ocean. If that water management area designation occurs, which could be as quickly as December, the county water department will not issue any new water meters. That would mean long-planned community projects such as the Palama Nui Community College, or as we like to call it, UH West Hawaii at Palama Nui, and the long-planned state judiciary building in the Kealakahe area would not be able to open as best we can understand. Water quality experts, two of them from University of Hawaii, do say the water quality is good and the amount of water underground is enough to last for decades. But the decision is in the hands of the Commission on Water Resource Management, and it's actually not an issue on which the governor can actually have a say, even though you are the governor. So what we'd like to know, and we'd like to start with you, Senator Ige.
That happens in more cases than you might imagine.
Exactly. So what we'd like to know, Senator Ige, we definitely want to honor the National Park's desire to make sure their water is good, but we also are concerned about the future of long-planned community projects. So give us 90 seconds on what you see as the path forward on this particular issue.
Well, you know, I think the Commission on Water Management has a very important job to manage water resources as appropriate. I think we just need to use the best science and common sense in looking at what the requirements are and what the requirements are for designation. You know, the Water Commission should take action if it looks like the usage far exceeds the sustainable yield. And as you said, if the fact of the matter is that we're at less than 40% of the yield, then I'm not quite certain what the controversy is about. It's clear that we're not using more water than is available in the resource. So I'm hoping that the best science wins and that we are smart about managing the water as necessary.
Governor Abercrombie, long question, but I think you're familiar with it. 90 seconds, please, 15-second yellow.
Well, I'm familiar with this kind of controversy because of my service in the United States Congress for 20 years on the Resources Committee. We dealt with issues of water and land and national parks throughout that 20 years. So we need to make it clear that this is an inquiry on the part of the national parks with regard to whether a designation is appropriate or not. And as a result, you're going to have consultants to come in to measure precisely the kind of things that you mentioned in your long question. What you did is you set things up for us to give a reasonable answer to a reasonable question by citing what the particulars were. And when that comes to the forefront, that's when a decision will be made. So it's less the park system saying that this is what has to be done, then it's the park system inquiring that if it was the case that there was adverse consequences for them, then would the Water Commission make a decision. I'm confident the Water Commission and the people on it will make a decision based on the best science, based on the best information that they have with regard to whether a designation is appropriate. But as governor, what I can do, I don't have to sit by passively, just look at it and hear about things. We're going to be actively moving on this island to find where our water resources are, explore them, and then see what we need to do to bring them, to make them available to everybody on the Big Island.
Thank you, Governor Abercrombie.